Hi Stampin' Friends, it's Chris Slogar from BuckeyeInklings.com, and today I want to show you this cute little favor. I'm calling it a sliding lock favor because the heart is locking down this upper flap, and you can see there's a slot punch which kind of makes a track, and the heart can slide, and the flap is free then, and this can open. It's almost like a box. And it's enclosing some Ghirardelli chocolates. There's a place to write a note. You could throw a gift card on here. But cute little gift favor item that you can make in any theme, really. I'll show you a lot of other examples. I've been making this all day, but I thought I'd film this one because it shows off a few of our upcoming Sale-a-bration products. Sale-a-bration starts January 5th, as does our mini catalog. And if you would like to have either of those catalogs in hand, just email me at stampyourworld@gmail.com. Let me know your address. I'll be happy to mail them to you because it's always so much better to see the products with some examples of what you can make. Okay, so this project uses paper from the Flower and Field collection, which is just gorgeous. And this is one of the papers that you can get for free with a $50 order during Sale-a-bration. Okay, and look at the back sides. They're kind of like really cute little patterns. And then you've got these bold, vibrant flowers. Love it. I love the fact that these are so dark because you can get a lot of good contrast against your white greetings and things. Okay, so there's that. And then I'm also using this Punch Party stamp set, which coordinates with, well, several of our punches, but the punches that we've already had in our stash, these are in the annual catalog. It's the Heart Punch Pack. Okay, so there's a stamp here and here that coordinate with those, and then there's the postage stamp. There's a new oval punch in the upcoming mini. So this is a fun set. It is earned when you have an order totaling $300 or more, which of course is a huge number. But if you have a couple of friends who are ordering and they would be willing to combine their orders, we can set up a party. Whether or not you're in the same location, they can each have their own individual shipping. And if the orders collected total $300 or more, the host will get this set. So at least, you know, we can get some benefit from combining group orders. Those individual friends will still be able to get their free with 50 items and have shipping to their own location. So let me know if you are interested in setting that up. Again, my email is stampyourworld@gmail.com. We can set up a call to get that figured out. Okay, let's get on to our project though. So it starts from a cardstock base, and I've got basic black here that measures 7.5 by 10 3/4. And I've already got this scored ahead of time. I hope you can see that at 1 3/4, 2 1/8, 5 3/8, and 5 3/4. Okay, and that's on the short side. And then on the longer side, the 10 3/4 inch side, it's scored at 4, 4 3/8, 8 3/8, and 8 3/4. And I just scored that ahead of time because that's easy to do. But I did want you to see how I'm cutting this shape. Okay, as you can see, this is basically like a cross shape in the end. So we need to do some cutting here to remove these corners. And I'm just going to take my trimmer here, and we're going to cut along the inner score line in each case. Okay, so I'm lining that score line up in my track, top and bottom. The other score line is off to the right. We're going to be cutting it off. And I'm going to cut, you could do this with scissors, but it's a pretty long length, so I like to use my trimmer so that it's easy to be straight. All right, so I'm going to follow with my cutting blade down to the second score line, okay, which is at 2 3/8. All right, and I can kind of see it over here too, and I can see when to stop. And then I'm going to lift up and then come down to the first score line I run into because I'm cutting off the second one. and that is at 6 3/8, and then cut the rest of the way. Okay, and then on the other side, again, lining up that inner score line with my track, and I'm going to use my blade going in both directions, so I'm wearing both sides. I'm going from the bottom up to the second score line, which is at 8 3/8, and lifting, and then picking up again at 4 3/8 here. Okay, I can set that aside. And I am going to use my scissors on the shorter cuts. Okay, so again, in this direction, I'm on the inner score line. So I've cut off two score lines, one in each direction. All right, to make that cross shape. Same thing here on the inner score line. Oh, I didn't go far enough on this one. Here, let me just snip that up. Okay, so I'm going again to the inner corner of this central rectangle. Maybe that's an easy way to think of it. Okay, now I have already cut the rest of the pieces for this project. The Whisper White for the inside, I've already stamped it, measures 3 by 3 3/4, as does the striped piece of designer paper. That's also 3 by 3 3/4. And then there's a smaller floral piece that's 3 by 1 3/4. And I have my hearts pre-made and punched, and I have a 1.5 inch circle out of Flirty Flamingo. The heart is also Flirty Flamingo. All right, so what we need is this classic label punch, which is a great investment if you don't have it, not just for greetings, but for little tricks like this. And what we're going to do is push it in all the way until the cardstock hits the back of the punch here. And I'm centering the punch kind of within this section, okay, the last 4 inches. And when that's pushed all the way in and centered, sorry, I'm trying to do it so you can see, I'm going to go ahead and punch, which this is very close to the middle of this width, but not exact. So when I punch the mating flap up here, I want to also make sure I'm going in from the same side of the cardstock. Okay, so this and this will line up for that slide closure. Now up here, I'm only punching off about 3/4 of an inch of that length of the classic label punch. Okay, you can see that. And then I'm going to apply the designer paper, and you might like to do this first. I tend not to punch through extra layers when I don't have to, so I think that cuts down on wear and tear on your punch. So that is why I am adding these after the fact, and you'll see we need to punch them as well. So I've just added adhesive kind of around the slots that I've punched. And then I'm going to turn it this way, and then on the underside, line up again and punch that paper. Okay, so like I said, if you can help, like if you can avoid going through many layers of cardstock, especially because our cardstock is very thick, I would recommend that, even though it's an extra step. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and burnish all of these score lines now. And this is our little box shape. I'm adding that Whisper White piece to the inside. And then the last thing that we need to do is just create our our locking mechanism. Okay, so the Ghirardellis will go in like that, and then these flaps will line up, and we need to make our slider. Okay, so let me attach the greeting to the matted heart, or the matte piece. And then I also have, like I said, this 1.5 inch circle. So the adhesive between the circle and the heart that I'm using is our foam adhesive sheets. Our strips are very narrow, and I like this foam adhesive sheet because you can cut it to the width that you need. And to fit this slot, you need to cut just below, just under 3/8 of an inch. Okay, I'm just putting that on my trimmer and making a strip. It's you're not going to cut all the way through like the bottom layer of the sticker backing, but it's fine. When you get to this point, you can just help it with your scissors, and then I'm going to cut off a length that's just a little under 3/4 of an inch here. Okay, and this is how we're going to assemble the slider. We're using the 1.5 inch circle as the backing, and I'm just going to put this foam near the top, what I'm designating as the top and middle, and then I'm putting that piece in the track, and I'm going to kind of mock this up in the closed position, so as if the box you know, is squared up, and the foam is up here at the top to pick up the heart, and the heart is going to be up at the top in the slider closed position. And I'm just going to push that together, and then our mechanism is complete, and we can slide that heart to lock the flap. Okay, and then I just simply added, we're going to have this Baker's White Twine again in one of our combo packs in the new mini catalog, so that's nice to have. I just used that as an embellishment there, and you know, pretty impressive but pretty easy to make. Let me show you a few other examples, because like I said, I think this is one of those projects that you can just make in every pattern. If you're still working on Christmas, which you might be, I'm posting this in December, I've made one with the heartwarming hugs, and that's going that way. And then I've also made them out of, this is the other Sale-a-bration paper, and I've made it with, let me see the names, I don't know the names yet, the Oval Occasions Stamps and Coordinating Punch. This is 12 by 12 paper that is also available for free with a $50 order. It's called Paper Blooms. And then we also have this fabulous ice cream suite coming, and I made it sideways, kind of like this one, with an ice cream cone. We have an ice cream punch coming, and similar thing here. Okay, I don't know why I always want to close that one first, but it's actually the top flap. All right, so I hope you'll give that a try, and if you like that kind of mechanism, I'm also posting this card today. So this is a flat card, and it also has that same concept with the ice cream cone that slides, and you can open up to the inside that way. Okay, so check that out. That'll be on my YouTube channel. The same day I am posting this, I think it's going to be the 16th. No, I'm sorry, the 17th, December 17th. But thanks so much, guys. If you need any of the products you've seen, the new stuff will be available January 5th. Many of the items are available now, the heart punches, the classic label punch, of course, the Christmas items. So check out my website. There are more ideas there. There's a link to online shopping. Any help that you can give me in the online store helps me to bring you more ideas. So I would greatly appreciate that. Okay, thanks so much. Have a great day.